Welcome back to another video of Dimension Z Games. I know it's been almost a couple of months, maybe 3 or so, that we haven't posted anything for a while. And I'm the only one to blame for this because my group split up and it's only me recording the videos now. But, you know, it was a good excuse. I didn't know what I was going to do. Essentially, I just thought I was going to die. But I really wanted to record more videos, and I just didn't know what to do. So I decided I was gonna do what I was doing, just to improve it a little bit. I'm the one in control, I'm the one that's making the videos possible. Then I get to choose what I want to do. So what I've decided is I'm going to start playing more PC games just because they're a lot easier to come by and most of them are free. I say free because I'm going to be playing mostly free games, whether they're indie or like the one I'm about to play now, which is more of a graphic novel type of thing. Yeah, more like a game like that. And I really like those games because it's kind of makes you experience the game at a different level. To me, it connects to the protagonist a lot more because you're making the choices for them. So, by making the choices, you influence in their lives, and it just connects you to what they've experienced at the same time. And the game I'm playing today is called The Bottom of the Well. I was searching around on Steam for games like these, and it wasn't until I watched an episode by Markiplier on Buried that that's when I realized I wanted to shoot videos like this. So this is mostly going to be once or twice a week I'm going to be shooting episodes of these, mostly 5 minutes tops, until a chapter ends, I guess that's how it works. And after a while, there is going to be a new series in my channel in Dimension Z Games called Gameception, and you will hear more about it in a more update channel video that is going to come out probably this week as well, just to specify and give you a trailer of what's about to come. Alright, let's move on. And about these games, it's always good to pay attention for the sound, because honestly, the sound is what affects you the most. Because you could have a visual, it could be a scary movie, and you put like a happy-go-lucky song, then you wouldn't be scared. So I guess I'll read this. Welcome to The Bottom of the Well. This game is a visual novel, meaning it is a mainly text-based piece of interactive fiction. A book where you get to decide what happens next. Most of the gameplay consists of picking your choice from a selection of options, which will further the story. Bottom of the Well does have some gameplay aside from multiple choice, though the most important of which is the kind of Alice, our protagonist, you are going to play as. For your first playthrough, we recommend you use default Alice, but the customization is there to be used. Even if you complete the game, a different Alice might have a very different experience. If nothing else, you might just find a new way to die. That's dark. Like, why would you put that? Thank you for playing our game. Red Nestle Studio. Just kinda cute. Anyway, today I'm going to play as default Alice just because I want to be able to give you guys the opportunity to choose if you want to play this game when I completely finish it in a different direction, and I would gladly do that. All I care is if there's one comment telling me to do it, I will do it. Moving forward, The default Alice is capable of finishing the game to its true ending, but not necessarily through all branches. This Alice is career motivated, friendly, somewhat lazy, a hopeless romantic with no survival skills at all. She makes up for it being a good organizer. That's interesting. Accept and start. Oh, I'm really excited on how this is gonna work out. Oh shoot, I can't see that. I'm really blind. Morning, eh? Morning. That's the guy. The cat. Who is that? Morning, eh? Morning. Did you catch the anniversary reading last night? No. Well, I tried, but I fell asleep. Listen, about that. You fell asleep? Oh, come on. Alice in Wonderland is like our favorite. Let me finish. Something happened. I was turning on my radio. You're such a lewd. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Amazing. I can't even catch you online. Shut up. I'm not a lewd. I just like analog things. Anyway. Wait, that makes no sense. Anyway, I was turning into the broadcast and I must have hit the AM switch or something because suddenly the channel changed to something else. What? Aliens? Oh. Government-run number stations. No. It was this weird, like, white noise at first. It's hard to explain why I was so drawn to it. I could hear snippets of some melody, maybe lyrics, but the signal was weak. So you turned it off and continued looking for the Alice broadcast. So I went out on my balcony and turned the antenna around until the signal came through clear. It now sounded more like music with the odd signal in the background. When logic and proportion have fallen, sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with their head. And so somebody's pirate radio broadcasted off golden oldies. It felt like there was something else there, some message that the music was hiding. I know it sounds weird, and then I fell asleep. What a story. No, hear me out. I dreamed and I didn't know I was dreaming. Do you understand? It was entirely lucid, but like walking up in another world, except I didn't think of it as another world. Does this make any sense? You had a super lifelike dream where you didn't know you were dreaming, but you were still lucid and in control. Sounds pretty rad to me. I'm sure it would have been, except for the whole end of the world apocalypse bit in the dream. Okay, now you've got my attention. So is this some sort of Alice in the Wonderland type of game? That's what it sounds like. That looks like the Mad Hatter. And the fact that they mentioned the Queen of Hearts, something like that, and her line off with the heads is kind of obvious. I really didn't read the description when I played this game. Hopefully it turns out to be a really good one. L.S.C. So like I said, it was the end of the world. Everything I did that day felt like the real thing. Every smell, every sound, every color, every touch. It's important, you know, that I wasn't acting like I would in a dream. I didn't even know it was a dream. Heavy. There was no warning, no build-up, nothing. Just Between one moment and the next, the TV had turned to the emergency alert system, and this voice that sounded like it had been recorded in the 60s told us we were under attack. Were you alone? Yeah, I had a really long day at the office, so I had sworn off all social contact for the evening. Had the TV on in the background just as noise. Wait, the office. You mean you got some kind of real adult person job in this dream of yours? Yeah. Actually, at the college student missions office. Hey, don't sound so surprised. I'm going to graduate in just a few months, you know. With a BA in English lit. Shut up. Shut up. Such skill with words. Anyway, what happened next? I keep forgetting to do his voice. Like I said, the TV suddenly turned to the emergency alert system. Jacked the volume all the way up. I didn't even know they could do that. The broadcast told us we were under attack right now, and we needed to get the shelter. That we had less than 30 minutes before the bombs hit. The bombs, huh? Jesus, sounds scary. At first I didn't want to believe it. I switched the channel, but they were all the same, and then the sirens started. Tornado sirens, flood sirens, I didn't know. And I knew things were serious. So what you do? This is where my first choice hits. Anyway, I went online to find out what was going on. I immediately tried to call chess. I need to think about my options. First of all, I don't know who chess is. What the freak is chess? I guess I personally would go online. Can you try to call someone, like your parents? Of course I tried, but it was futile. The phone network was completely overworked, but the net still worked fine. That's what you do in type of situation. People don't understand that when there's mass hysteria, the first thing they do is use the landlines and use the phones to call emergencies. They would be overflooded with so much information that it would be hard to get in contact with anyone. So the first thing you do is, if you have online access, use online access. So what you find? The net was still working, but the bandwidth was severely lacking. The major news networks were either down or overloaded, but all the big search engines defaulted to some kind of government site in super simple HTML. That kind of confirmed it really was the real deal. Yeah, that would be frightening to see. Isn't the net supposed to be some kind of DARPA invention anyway? Wouldn't be surprised if they had some kind of system in place to take it over if needed. Well, they hadn't taken it over. You could still go wherever you wanted. Facebook still worked. Gotta make sure Facebook still works when the apocalypse is working, right? Apocalypse-proof servers, nice. It was insane. I tried to get in touch with my brother. He's the only one who's even got an account, but there was no reply. I spammed my aunts and sent an email to my mother. But I don't know, it felt like I needed to find someone right there and then. And group chat. It was spreading through our social network like wildfire. Someone had found the closest old fallout shelter that was actually still operable down on 3rd. People were going there just grabbing all they could and running before the bombs fall. Sorry. So what happened next? You know, I did find you online. That must have been useless. I'm all the way over in old Blightly, unless things were different in your dream. No, you were still in the UK. The bombs had already started falling there. Did you just realize something? Okay. You disappeared. There was nothing more to do. It was only a dream, Al. Sure. So then what? They try to call chess. I need to think about my options. The fall chip just seemed like the best option. I would personally go to the Fallout shelter. I have no idea who Chess is, and if I call him, I might retard myself from making it to the shelter. I'll just think about my options. Okay. What was your plan? The broadcast kept saying to stay indoors, to keep all windows and doors closed, stuff like that. Was it realistic if you think you could stay in the apartment? Realistic? It wasn't like I had been through a lot of apocalypse before. I'm not sure what constitutes realistic. I had enough food in my cupboard to last me a little while, so at least I had that going for me. Oh, great. Oh yeah, and then I had a trusted radio, of course. I tried it and it worked. It was sending out some emergency broadcast as the TV. He called me a Luddite. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You got me there. So, what did you do? I personally go to the fallout shelter. I don't know who Chess is, and it might come in handy later. So I'm just going to the fallout shelter. The old fallout shelter was down on 3rd. It wasn't far, close enough to walk anyway. Did you think to bring anything? Oh right, yes. I grabbed the biggest bag I had. A backpack. People always called it magic. You could fit so much into it. Bigger on the inside and all that. Ah, yes. You could choose what to take. Now we're taking take food. We'll take food. Take food. Take radio. Take map. Take spare clothes on the back. So I'll have to sleep one of these behind. Can't pick the radio anymore. Only 3 things fit in there. I'm sure they have food over there, but you don't want to risk it. So, the radio seems like a good idea. It just keeps repeating the same thing, so I'm not sure how helpful it would be. So I'm just going to take the sleeping bag. You don't want to be comfortable in an apocalypse. That's the last thing you want. I think I'm good. Do I press exit? Well, go on. What was it like? Did you run into trouble? You could say that. God, the shelter. So, I headed towards the shelter for my apartment. I'll admit, I was still kind of hoping it was all just some kind of big false alarm. And by tomorrow, everything would be back to normal. Like an extreme version of Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast. Or Orson Welles' War of the Worlds broadcast, I remember. But it wasn't that much hysteria as people make it to be, you know. It was mostly contained and people knew that it was a broadcast where people read the book. It's not like how they described it. It was over-exaggerated. Actually, the panic the radio show caused was greatly exaggerated, probably by Welles himself. See, they just mentioned it right there. It worked. We still remember it today. Great ad campaign. Yep. Guess that English lit degree's coming to some use at least. Yeah, well, it didn't really feel like it. I remember trying to think of words to describe the way the streets felt, the way the city sounded. Turmoil, chaos, anarchy, tumult, pandemonium. Capital of hell. Now, who's got a degree lit? Stop stalling. Yeah, it's just so damn. Like I said, everything felt so real. The panic in the streets, the accidents everywhere with no emergency responders showing up, and the ever-present siren. It was like everyone walked in with their eyes onto the sky, just expecting to see a flash. Did you make it to the shelter okay? The shelter was actually in the basement of a bar. They used it as storage, which was handy since there was a door towards the street. There was no signs of or anything like that anymore. I just knew about it from the Facebook conversation. Okay, wait. Isn't that the bar you always go to? The Rad Bar? Thank you for joining me in this first video again, because it's been a while and I really wanted to do this. I'm trying to improve my voices. I don't guarantee anything. So yeah. And I will definitely finish this game. And I'll try to play some other games later on. But mostly I'm focusing on one thing at a time. This and my other series called Gameception, like I said. We'll look for that video. And for YouTube principles. Yes, I'm still going by that because I think it's funny. Which are like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. You were told. So, keep on gaming.